What's going on, everybody? This your boy Charles Wells, aka the host of Swag Talk, coming at you. And we're just gonna do another little quick hitter. Gonna hop in and hop out again. Gonna continue to talk about the coaching search at Southern University and a couple things that go along with that. Before we do that, let's go ahead and get all the housekeeping out the way. The socials are in the description down below: Instagram, Facebook, um, Twitter, Gmail, SwagTalk76 is the Twitter, SwagTalk76 at gmail.com is the email address, and Instagram and Facebook pages are Swag Talk. So go ahead and like those, follow those, hit me up or whatever if you need to. Also, my show, Swag Talk, will be back on Wednesday with a preview of the Swag Championship game. And I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to get to a recap on the following Sunday because I got a couple of things going on. But if I'm able to do that, I'm going to drop one. If not, then I may drop it a little bit later on in the following week. So again, the podcast is Swag Talk, anchor.fm/Swag Talk. You can catch it on Spotify, Stitcher, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Just search Swag Talk, one word, SWACtalk, and you can get all that stuff there. Check out the archives, and I got a lot of good stuff on there. So go ahead and do that. While you're here, why don't you go ahead and like, share, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share them, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted on any time I drop any content, especially like when I do these little quick hitters because these are obviously not planned. So if you want to kind of keep tabs on what's going on and not miss anything when they happen, then go ahead and do that right there. So, like I said, I'm not going to waste a lot of your time today. I just want to kind of hop in and share some things. Now, the first thing I do want to say is, when you dealing with a coaching search, you're going to always get rumors. You're always going to get speculation. You're always going to get in your window. You're always going to get misdirections. Some coaches do use coaching vacancies to get a raise from their current employer. Sometimes some people float a name out there to throw out the scent of another name. So I'm not gonna say one way or the other what this situation was or what it is, but there was obviously the rumor that Connell Maynor had interviewed for the Southern job, and that was even reports that he was in Baton Rouge. And now, obviously, that doesn't sound very very true at the point, but when the news came out and it was reported by HBCU Game Day, and I brought it here, so as a show of me being somebody who wants to have some shred of credibility, I'm gonna say that I reported what I heard, and if that was a misinformation or even a outright falsehood, then that's on me as my channel. I don't like to really do all of that, and I never ever present anything as fact because I'm not in the room with anybody. I don't know anything. I got people that I talk to that tell me things, and if they tell me something, I typically believe what they tell me. So if what they tell me is what they've heard from somebody and that's not true, then that is what it is. But I'm never gonna come out here and say that Connor Maynard flew in on an airline. He's making 195,000 at AAMU, and Southern offered him 220,000 or whatever the case may be. I'm not gonna do that because that's not true at all. Southern has not offered anybody anything yet. They're still interviewing people. Matter of fact, they're still interviewing today. They did interview yesterday, and I think they're probably gonna interview some more tomorrow. And they're gonna whittle the number down to 3 or 5, and hopefully they can make a decision by um the end of this week or the beginning of next week. Coach athletic director Roman Banks actually stated on the Carlos Brown show that he wanted to make a decision within 7 to 10 days. So anything that you hear, you have to kind of take as a grain of salt with any coaching search that goes. Um, People always are going to have reports on this guy is in the building, this guy is, signing papers, this guy's looking at houses. So you kind of have to, figure out what's what. And anything that comes from me on my show is always going to be I like to speculate. I don't like to spread anything, but I like to kind of, give ideas. And one of the things that I do here so far is I've been giving out names of that I've heard and just putting out what their resume is and maybe how they would fit on this staff. Now, I'm not gonna say that I don't know any front runner. I don't know anything like that, and I never have claimed to. But I just always want to put that out there. Matter of fact, I think on my first video about the coaching search, I said that this is only my opinion. This is not anything that's based in fact or anything like that because you just don't know. I mean, obviously, this has been a very quiet search, and before this news came out on Friday about Maynor, there was no concrete name that even was associated with anything. So whether he really did interview, which if he did, it was probably by Zoom, or even if he didn't interview, then I know they may have talked with his agent. Now I'm saying may have. I'm just saying what scenarios can be. So I don't want nobody running around saying SWACtalk is saying this because SWACtalk ain't saying nothing. Because I'm not that big to be putting anything out there to try to do this, and I don't do this for clicks or likes. I do this for the love of what I cover. So with that being said, anything that I bring to you is something that I have heard from somebody who knows people at the university. Now, they could be wrong, and that's fine. With a coaching search, you're gonna have that. But I would caution anybody to be careful with anything that you hear from anybody, including me. If you need to, take what I say with a grain of salt, or even do your own research when you hear me say something, that's all good, man. I welcome it. And if you know something that I don't know, and you want to tell me, hit me in the comments and let me know, and I'm gonna chop it up with you back and forth, and I'm cool with that, man, because I'm just here to present what I know, and I'm here to actually gain information and knowledge from everybody else. So this is a wide open thing with me, but this coaching search is obviously gonna be a big thing because Southern is a big brand in the swag. Southern is obviously the top job that's open right now. I mean, obviously there may be other jobs that come open, but right now Southern is the job to be open. So you're gonna have names fluttering back and forth. And I'm not even gonna. The one thing that I'm not gonna do, and y'all not gonna hit this on my page. If you want to put in the comments, that's all good, and I'm gonna give you a response like, hey, there's a lot of people applying for the job, and that's cool. But you're not gonna hear me say anything about any Air Reed, Ray Lewis, Lovey Smith, Kevin Sumlin. Oh my God! Please do not put that name on my page. Okay, I've seen that's a no no. But any of that, man, I'm not getting into it. If you bring it up, I really take it and listen, and I respond. But as far as me saying, okay, this guy is a candidate, this guy is a candidate, no, because I don't really rock with that kind of stuff right now. I think as far as those kind of coaches, what works for one program doesn't work for another program. So Deion Sanders going to Jackson State was a plus for them because a the program has been in a downward spiral for a while and they needed a flux. And hey, who better to bring a flux and change than prime time? So I don't have no problem with a team like that. The Eddie George thing at Tennessee State, I'm not really that cool with. Not that they hired him, but they hired him and didn't already get rid of the previous coach, and it didn't really. I don't really think they did any type of coaching search, so that's kind of foul to me on that end. Jackson, I know they did some sort of coaching search because there was names flying around when they did their search, and Dion won the job out. That's all good, but other than that, you're not gonna hear me say that unless I get somebody that I know that I can trust, that I do have credible people tell me that this guy is in the running. So really, almost any name that you see me say, other than maybe a couple, are told to me from people who are ingrained in the university and know people outside of the university that are also in the coaching profession. So I feel fairly confident when I tell you something that I've heard from my sources, but I still have to take that with a grain of salt because they're not in. They're not in those meetings and they're not on no committee, so don't even start to think anything like that. But they do know some things. They may not know everything, but they do know some things, and they do know some people that are involved in this or may have even interviewed for certain positions. So when I come to you with something, I come from the fact of what I know and what I trust. So I just really wanted to put that out there because there's a lot of things being put on the internet right now. Because right now HBCU sports is big business right now. You know, this is like a lane that a lot of people have been, been jumping on in the last few months. Now, my YouTube channel was started on April 1st. It's not a joke, but my YouTube channel was started on April 1st. But I've been doing my Swag Talk show since 2013. So I'm not no big media person obviously because I'm just a low level guy that do this in his spare time for fun. But I've been covering this kind of stuff for a long time, so I'm not new to this. You know, I'm not here because of Deion Sanders. I'm not here because HBCUs is the new wave. I'm here from when the SWAC was still doing a 9 game mandate and playing each other, and I was posting on national message boards defending the SWAC. So this is what I do. This is what I love. But I respect everything that comes out, and I respect and appreciate everybody who does this, whether they're new or they've been here a long time. So I just want to caution everybody to just be careful with what you hear and what you run with. If I report it, obviously I'm just putting on something that I heard, and I'm not saying that this is what actually happened. So I just had to really, I feel like I really needed to come out and say something. But before I did, I wanted to wait a little while and ask around before I knew that I was gonna have to come out here because I feel like to be a credible person, you have to be able to take the good and the bad, and you have to say your bad when it's your bad. And in this situation, I put that on my page and I put that as my title. So I don't want nobody to get anything misconstrued that I said that the man was here. I said what I heard. I said what I read, and that's that. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and hop up out of here. This went way longer than I wanted to because I'm very long winded. But I just wanted to say that. But anything that I hear that I feel is worthy of putting on my channel, it will pop up on here. But it's always gonna be on the basis of speculation and nothing ever as fact until something comes from athletic director Roman Banks and Southern University um, board of chancellors or whoever else is in charge of making this decision. So I'm not gonna make any kind of this guy is signing for this amount. Nobody knows any amount of money that Southern's offering for this job yet. So if somebody say that, unless there's somebody from that's associated with Southern University or covers Southern University, I wouldn't even run with it yet. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and hop up out of here, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, and I will be back during the week with a couple videos, and obviously, like I said on Wednesday, my SWAC championship game preview will be up on the podcast. So just continue to subscribe to the channel, continue to like the videos, and I thank everybody for the love that you've shown. Like I said, I don't do this for the clicks and everything. I do this for the love. So all of this is just a bonus, but I just really like to thank everybody, and let's just get it, man. Let's do what we do, and I'll holler at y'all when I see y'all on the rebound.